AITA for trying to order meat at a family birthday. My family is Indian American. My mother and most of her side of the family is vegetarian for a religious reason. My father wasn't vegetarian, and therefore my brother and I weren't brought up that way. My parents have been divorced for a while, however, so he's not relevant to this discussion. My mother and grandmother both are understanding of the fact I'm not vegetarian, and haven't given me any trouble for this. However, other family members haven't been as kind. Over the years many comments have been made that I can't help but feel are pointed at me. We all went out to dinner for my grandmother's birthday. After looking at the menu, I had picked out what I was going to order, but since it wasn't vegetarian, I got extremely judgmental looks from my aunt and her husband. My mother told me it was rude to order meat since we're sitting at the same table as my aunt, as meat disgusts them. I ended up switching my order, but I still felt the resentment throughout the day. Later my mother admitted she didn't like what my aunt did but that it still would have caused problems if I had ordered what I wanted. AITA for trying to order meat even though I knew other people at the table wouldn't be happy with that. For future family meals that are in restaurants, I'm considering standing my ground and either ordering what I want or simply leaving, not coming in the first place. WIBTA to that in the future. AITAH for not helping my family. My mom, F45, had me, F29, when she was 16. She did not want to keep me but my grandparents forced her to. They call it taking responsibility for her actions. My dad was a college guy she did at a party. No known address or whereabouts. My grandparents made my mom have me, work part-time to contribute to my upbringing etc. At 18, she left home. She called home occasionally, never to talk to me, mostly to borrow money from my grandparents, till they realized she was never gonna acknowledge my existence and cut her off. My grandparents raised me. They weren't well off by any means, we just survived. I studied my ass off to get into a good college with scholarship. I graduated and was lucky enough to land a good paying job. I earn pretty good money now. My mother has been trying to contact me for the past 4 months. She showed up at my place last week demanding to talk. Just to save myself from her harassment I agreed to have coffee with her. There she lamented how hard her life was, how my grandparents refused to help her, how she had 3 kids whose dad never helped her out etc. It was infuriating to listen to her self-pity but it got incredulous when she asked to borrow money from me. I said no. She kept repeating how she had no one in her life and how I was her last resort. When I said no again, she went on a rant about how having me ruined her life and I owe her. How she never got to graduate or go to college. How it was my fault she was still stuck waiting tables and that I owed her. I told her she had me cause of her own actions. That I didn't ask for this life and since she was never a mother to me, I owe her nothing. She called me AB***H. When she started further cussing I just left asking her to never contact me again. She keeps sending me messages and cuss words now. I blocked one number and started getting messages from other random numbers, which I can only assume are her friends.